So I guess I'm up here doing a video. The Miz is the WWE champion now. Oh, I love this. This is great. Legit. Miz finally cashed in his money in the bank, properly this time, and he actually had a successful cash in. Miz pinned Drew McIntyre following Lashley beating up Drew. So therefore, the Miz in February of 2021 is now a two-time WWE champion. I have so much to say. I guess the main thing I want you to take away from this video is the elitists' overwhelming feeling about this is that I find it funny. I find it hilarious. On Twitter, I tweeted, "What a joke!" when I found out about this when I was at work. My overwhelming thought is just that. I find this jokes because, personally speaking, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm going to break the fourth wall for a moment. I don't even watch Raw, so does this really concern me? Is this something that is... I'm devastated about The Miz becoming champion. I'm irate. I'm so mad. Damn it, The Miz is champion. I couldn't care. I don't even watch Raw, so it's all G. It's just like... I find the visual of Mike Mizanin holding the top championship in the company just... Something about that, bro. It's just... Mike Mizanin gets his long-term service award, I guess. I don't know. This is what you get for doing Miz TV every week for 10 years, dressing like a gender-confused Jedi every week, dressing up as a bear in 2017. He's the champion now. So, I'll give my thoughts now as far as the direction they're going. It seems like what they're going to be doing, I guess, is they're going to have maybe either McIntyre or Lashley beats Miz at Fastlane, and then they'll do Lashley and Drew at Mania, which, that sounds good. I think Lashley and Drew is definitely the match to go with, because I was thinking about this earlier in the day as to who Drew McIntyre could even face, because Drew McIntyre, the issue with his style of babyface, that real dominant and gladiator style of babyface, it's kind of hard to think of and come up with legit opponents for him, because when it comes to Drew McIntyre, ideally WrestleMania 37, Drew McIntyre was wrestling Cena. Okay, McIntyre versus Cena. You have Super Cena himself versus the Scottish Cena, as people are calling him a lot nowadays. So Cena versus Scottish Cena, WWE title, Cena's chase for 17, McIntyre versus Cena. That's the ideal match, but you can't do that because Cena's filming some movie in Canada, so Cena's out of the picture. Then I guess your next best option is probably McIntyre versus Brock in a rematch, I think. And that you can't really do because Brock's not really a part of the company much anymore. So you're not doing that. Drew versus Edge never would have made sense. They're both babyfaces. McIntyre just would have been booed. So they're not doing that. They're doing Reigns versus Edge. Thank God. That's going to be amazing. So Edge and Reigns is happening. And then what does that leave? You look at the rest of WWE, the full-time roster, who's left? You had The Miz with Mr. Money in the Bank, with the briefcase. You have Lashley, who they did last year, but he's got momentum now, so that's good. You've got Sheamus. I suggested Jinder Mahal. McIntyre really, as the champion, didn't really have opponents. So, The Miz is now champion. To wrap all that McIntyre spiel up, The Miz is now champion deep in the guts of February, which means we're deep in the heart of WrestleMania season. We have The Miz as WWE champion. It feels like 2011 all over again. Straight up, Edge in a World Heavyweight Championship, world title match, and The Miz going into WrestleMania, or going into March at least with the championship. So, nothing really changes in WWE. Are they making new stars with having The Miz become champion? Not really, but who really cares? At this point, WWE, I'd address this in my WWE in 5 years' time video. Are they really trying anymore? This is just having a laugh. The Miz is WWE champion. I've seen the full works on Twitter. Straight up, on Twitter. So, look, personally, I don't really like to lump myself in with any, community, so to speak. The supposed, quote-unquote, anti-smarks, a million quotes around anti-smarks, more just casual type people, you know who you are if you're watching this. Those kind of people are happy The Miz, by and large, are happy The Miz is champion because Drew Boring Tire, which, that's a god-awful parody name, Boring Tire. How uncreative can you be? But nonetheless, because the Scottish Cena, Drew Boring Tire, is boring, and they're happy The Miz is now champion because McIntyre's boring, McIntyre sucks, The Miz, He's not a Smarks Delight wrestler. He doesn't work the work rate indie NXT matches. So they're happy the Miz is champion. And then on the contrary, a lot of the quote-unquote Smarks, the work rate lovers, the wrestling purists who love NXT, those types, those people, and if you're watching this, you know who you are, these people are happy about the Miz being champion because the Miz has worked hard, so to speak. And as we know with these type of people, if someone's been employed a long time, they should be the top champion in the company. That's apparently how wrestling works nowadays. I'm not going to comment on it because apparently that's how it goes. So that's the respective perspectives as far as your Smarks and anti-Smarks, so to speak. A million quotes around that. You guys know kind of what I'm alluding to. That's the general kind of perspective around the wrestling community. Personally, I'm near enough in the middle. I just find this funny. Like, I don't watch Raw as is, so the fact that The Miz is now champion, I guess now they're going to do Miz TV every week, only The Miz will have a championship around his shoulder for at least, a month? Like, when's Fastlane? 4 weeks from tonight? So, I don't know what they're going to do. Is The Miz going to walk into WrestleMania as champion and lose the belt to Bad Bunny? Is that what we're going to do? I don't know. It makes wrestling a tiny bit more unpredictable for the moment because Drew McIntyre, he was at a bit of a dead end because Cena wasn't available, so it's a bit of a messy one. Basically, to wrap this up, Miz is champion. It's jokes. Watching Bonafide Heat's review gave me a good laugh. It's just, I just don't care, dude. It's just the Miz, bro. Yeah, like, comment, sub, going to drill. See ya.